Hello, it's Shaheen, aka the Fit Hijabi, and I am excited to be sharing tips with you today on how to get your healthiest Ramadan to date. So I'm just going to wait until we have a few people join in. Let's see. The waiting game. It's not so fun, is it? See. Hi Leah, how are you? I'm just holding on until we get a couple more people signing in. Hi Zara. I hope you guys have shared the post because I'm really excited to share the tips that have helped me have really healthy and amazing Ramadans for the past 2 years, and the tips that I share with my challengers every year around this time. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and share, tag some friends. The live video will be recorded, so it will be available. Awesome. And I will be able to see comments. Salam Mehreen, how are you? Go ahead and tag anybody that you think might be interested and have them join in. I'm going to wait a little bit until we get a few more people on, okay? All right. And there might be a slight delay, but I should be able to see all of your comments. Hi, Sarah. How are you? I don't think we've met yet, but I'm excited to get you on board here and get to know everybody a little bit more. So all I've been asking everybody so far is please tag a friend, get some people on so that we can share more knowledge. Hi, Assalamu alaikum. How are you, Amar? Yeah. I'm just waiting till we get a few more people. Let's get at least 10 people on, and then I will gladly start. We've got 7, so let's get more people on. Let us share. Let's see if I can get a few more people on board, okay? Oh, we hit 8. All right. So I hope you guys have some questions ready. My presentation is pretty short because, as with all things, I like to keep things pretty straightforward and simple because we can really make things complicated, and life is complicated enough. So it's really all about, thanks for tagging. It's life really complicated enough, and all we need to do is simplify things, keep us on the right track, focus on ibadah, getting a little bit closer spiritually and gaining a little bit of the spiritual benefits of the month. While taking full advantage, because one of the benefits of fasting really is not just the spiritual cleansing, but physically cleansing. There's a lot of benefits to fasting. I don't know if you've read any of the hadith and any of the research. There's a lot of medical research coming up about the importance of fasting, how it helps to improve your digestion, how it helps to regulate your blood sugar control, how it helps to improve blood pressure and cholesterol, how it really also does help to, oh, my connection's weak. I hope that doesn't cause a problem. How it really does help to make us, it's really dark too, isn't it? Hold on. All right, let there be a little bit of light. How fasting helps us to wean away from those things that are a little bit toxic to our body. It helps cleanse our bodies. And science is only catching up to that now. And as Muslims, we've been lucky. We didn't know the scientific benefits of it, but we were kind of guided and told every year to do this, and only now is science catching up to all benefits of it. I mean, the spiritual benefits, of course. When we're fasting, we are, taking part in prayer, meditation. We are working on being better people. We are not talking about others. We are abstaining from backbiting, gossiping, and all those things. We are spending more time in prayer, in meditation, in contemplation. Those are great things because that gives you that me time that everybody keeps talking about, right? Everybody, hello. All right, we're getting some people on board. We're, now Western society, Western medicine, Western holistics is now catching up to what we have known for years and years and years, hundreds of years. And it's great because then what we took for granted, we're now seeing the contemporary benefits, the medical benefits, the psychological benefits, the social benefits, right? I don't know about you, but hi, Nikki, salam. Good to have everybody on board. I love this. I am very, very, very excited about this. All right. So let me just, okay. All right. So let me quickly say that, tell you a little bit about myself, because some of you are meeting me only for the first time. So that being said, I wanted to let you know about me. My name is Shaheen. I'm a physician assistant by trade. Hi, Nikki. I'm also a health and fitness coach. I am a mother of two wonderful little kids. Not so little. Hi, Muna, salam. And I am a full-time working mom, a wife, run a home, very active in the community. So my time can be a little bit stretched. And I'm sure none of you can relate to that, right? No, all of you can relate, I know. Because quite honestly, that's today's society, right? And I don't want to, people used to think like, oh, if you're a working mom, that's what makes you busy. No. Stay-at-home moms probably have it harder than I do because I get to get away from the kids and do those other things. Whereas the stay-at-home moms have to juggle kids kind of running around them all the time. So I give credit where credit is due, and stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, everybody, we juggle a lot. I am good, Amar. Okay. So Ramadan. And Ramadan here in the West especially. So I know we have a couple of people that are international joining in. And I know that this will be shared multiple times, inshallah. What I want to say is the past couple of years, last year especially, has been a little bit tough, right? And then just take a sip of water. So it's been a little bit tough because Ramadan is smack in the middle of summer. In fact, I think I'm actually looking forward to this year where it's not mostly in July, because last year was hard. And quite honestly, all the tips that I had learned over the last 2 years really came in handy. So what do? I am I'm somebody who is perpetually on a health and fitness journey. I struggled with weight all of my life. I used to be well over 210 pounds. I'm not ashamed to say that now. Salam, Sumbo. Yet I was very ashamed to say that before. I would never, ever, ever have shared my weight. But it's a number. It's a number on the scale. But what happened was it was the way I felt, and I was not happy about that. I decided to take that into my own hands and took advantage of controlling and taking control of my nutrition, how I ate, incorporating some sensible exercise, and sharing, quite honestly, sharing my journey. And in sharing my journey, I inspired others, and that's what prompted me to become a health and wellness coach, which really has just given me so much joy, and it has boosted up me it has lit a spark in me. And so I've had a lot of inquiries over the last few weeks leading up to Ramadan as to how are we supposed to handle fasting? How are we supposed to stay on track? How can we be healthy? What can we do so that we don't take that slide down, unhealthy eating and habits, especially since we're not eating all day? What can we do? There's some people that are asking because they have been in my groups or, my team's groups, and they don't want to undo all that effort. And I have many people who ask me because they want to start, but they're overwhelmed. So that's where this idea came about this live video chat, because quite honestly, I've been loving all the live chats so far. Okay. Thanks, Leah. Okay. Let's see how we do. Are we okay? Is the sound a little bit better? I'm going to wait till somebody can say something. If I can see a thumbs up from somebody, if the sound is good, or a thumbs down, if the sound is not so good, please let me know. All right. I think we're okay. All right. So that's what spawned this video here. And what I wanted to do was share some ideas. So the fasts are long. Summertime fasts here in the US, we basically start our fast around 4 a.m. and we get to break our fasts at about, thank you, at about 8:30. And this year, unlike years past, our fasts get a little bit longer before they start to get a little bit shorter. So if you think about that, the Muslim fast is a lunar month. It's every day for a lunar month from dawn to dusk, because I have some friends here who may not be so familiar with how fasting goes in the month of Ramadan. So during that time, there is no eating or drinking. There's no water. That includes things like mints and things like that. You can gargle and spit it out. And along these hours, and also throughout basically all the time, it teaches you to be a better person because you want to work on yourself spiritually. Okay, so those are really long hours. Think about it, right? Those are the hours when we're going to work, where our kids are up and about. Sometimes our kids are not fasting. How do you manage? Well, it takes planning. It is simple planning. Hi, Fahmi. It's simple planning that's going to keep you on track. So what I found, this is one of the biggest questions that I get. Can I work out in Ramadan? So, yes, you can. You're surprised? Okay, you can. You can definitely work out. Now, there's a little caveat to that. Some of your cardio work, you may not be able to go as hard. Okay, and if you are going to go hard and intense, I would say do that during the nighttime hours when you can rehydrate. For those of you who have already been working out, and even for those who are kind of athletes and into sports and have consistently been doing things, there is no reason that you can't consistently keep doing that. Your body has already acclimated to that. Truth. For those of you who have not yet started a program, okay, so this is the deal. You can start. You don't have to go so intense. And I always, always, always recommend that people do resistance training. Use weights, resistance bands, or even body weight resistance, because that is where you're going to get maximum results. So for those who have never worked out, you still can do programs like the 21-day fix. You can do programs, that are in the Beachbody library of products. And if you have questions about that, reach out to me or the coach that invited you to this live broadcast, okay? For those of you who don't have access to Beachbody programs, okay. The bulk of burn is actually going to be from your baseline metabolic rate. I get a little technical. I'm into science. I'm a bit of a nutrition and fitness geek in that sense. So take advantage of that and ask me questions. Your basal metabolic rate, that's going to be the baseline level of activity. Okay? Not those aerobic level of activity when you're doing your workouts. So things like walking more steps. That's it. Walk more steps. We all have smartphones. If you don't have a smartphone, get a pedometer. It's pretty simple. I want you to walk. You can walk. You can walk during the day. You can walk in your home. You can march in place. You can, if it's really hot and you don't have AC, go to the mall or go to Target or go to Walmart. You don't have to go to a grocery store. I'm not telling you to go around temptation. But go to shopping malls. They're air conditioned. It's lively. It's great to get out and walk. Because that walking, logging about 10,000 steps a day is going to increase your basal metabolic rate. You're going to start to burn calories. And that is that sustained calorie burn that you're going to get. The aerobic exercises that we do in our programs, we always, I can speak for myself and my team, always tell everybody, aim for X amount of steps or walk, get more activity in, and then we work and we build on that with the programs. So wherever you are, there's something that you can do. If you can't get out, you can march in place at home. You can. There's no excuse, right? So when you're doing that, you're increasing activity. And that will lead you to just increase your metabolism rate so that you will burn calories instead of storing calories. Okay. That's usually question number 1. So we got that, right? Question number 2, which is actually more important, when can we work out? Okay. Basal metabolic rate, kind of those steps, you can do that throughout the day. Hi, Amy. You can do that throughout the day, all day long, throughout the night, wherever it is. If you're at home and there's nothing to do, you might be watching TV, you might be doing something, march in place. Okay. It's evening time, go out for a walk. It's daytime and you kind of are bored, don't know what to do. You've already taken a nap. Go out, go for those extra steps. In terms of the additional workouts, okay, this is where time is very important. The ideal times to work out are going to be either right before connections weak. Okay, I'm going to just readjust a little bit. Okay, the ideal timing to work out is going to be either right before iftar or right after iftar time. Right before, meaning that you time your workout. If you're doing a 22-minute workout or a 30-minute workout, time it so that you're pretty much done and it's iftar time. So you can break your fast with the 2 khajur and some water, and you can rehydrate. If you're going to mosque and doing amals and things like that, and you're not at home, then I would say you're going to work out after you come back. The other time that is great for working out, break your fast with khajurs, some water, go say your namaz, and go work out. You can hydrate during your workout, you will be fine. Like I had said before, your cardio, you may not go as intense, and that's okay. But you can do resistance weight. You can increase the weights because that is not going to fatigue you so much. So that's what I want you to do. Ideally, those 2 times are great times. Some people feel a little bit just kind of down, don't really have the energy. For those people, I say work out then a little bit later. So eat a light iftar. You have your khajur, you have your water, you say your prayers, you have a light meal, something like soup and, something a little bit on the lighter side, whether it's some yogurt or chana or something like that. Wait an hour to 2 and go work out. I would say wait an hour, go work out. Then you can have a slightly heavier meal, not too heavy, okay? And we'll get into the eating part in a little bit. If you're one of those late night owls, go ahead and work out later at night. Any time during that nighttime is a great time for you to work out, because you are going to be able to rehydrate. You can do the workout as hard as you want, and you can rehydrate as much as you want. It's a perfect time to work out. And you know what? Taking care of yourself is a form of ibadah. It is. We're given one body. We are told to take care of ourselves in this world. So that's our body and our iman and our faith, and that's the du'as. So there's always two things. There's practical and then there's spiritual, right? I'm so excited people are joining in. Okay, so we kind of went over the timings of working out. All right, now here's the thing: what to eat and what to avoid, right? We always get this question. Oh, my connection is weak again. Hold on. Apparently, I just have to shift a little bit. Turn in the chair. Can somebody just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay? I'm just going to wait for thumbs up. There's a slight delay. I think signal strength is good, so I'm going to go. Okay. Now, the question is what to eat. So I always say, and this is the best, I know that it's one of the hadiths of the Prophet, to break your fast with khajur. Thanks, Leah. And why khajur? Okay. Concentrated carbs along with fiber, more easy to break down and digest. So the sugar in dates is actually a faster way to be metabolized. So it's great. Chock full of nutrients, chock full of magnesium, chock full of potassium. So all those electrolytes that our body is lacking, we get that. Khajurs are great. Khajurs are dates for those who are not familiar with the terminology. So I always say break your fast with khajur. Usually I do too. I love khajur, so I have to restrain myself. I do have to show self-restraint. I do. And water. And I'm not talking about drinking, a gallon of water right there, because you're going to feel very weighed down. So drink a cup or 2 cups of water. I usually go and say my namaz right afterwards, because then once I start eating, even though it's smaller amounts, I kind of feel a little bit sluggish and lazy. So I'd rather take care of the spiritual stuff and then go on to the physical stuff, right? And then what I tend to do, and this is a great idea, you still want to keep track of portions. It's super important, because a lot of times what we do, and this happens especially in Ramadan, because we think about food, especially those first few days, and then those last few days where we're just like, oh, when's it going to end? Yeah, we all go through that. You are not alone. So especially those first few days when all we can think about is food, I want you to show some self-restraint. I want you to watch portions. So that's where programs, and that's why it's during this time that actually my 2 dates made. All right. That is exactly why my ladies who are doing programs like the 21-day fix rock it out during Ramadan. They just kill it, because they are on board with their portions, and the portions are so important because they guide you. It's really easy. It's kind of like when you go shopping, food shopping, and you're really hungry, everything goes into that cart, right? Okay. Show some self-restraint. This is Ramadan. We are showing restraint about a lot. There you go. All right. Well, we'll get into that later. So this is the deal. You need to watch portions. You still do. And I want everyone during their meal. So usually I tell everybody who's in my groups that instead of having 3 large meals, because that causes abnormal insulin spikes, sugar spikes. Yeah, your body has to produce spikes in insulin production, which leads to sluggishness, and then it goes down, and then you feel like you need to take a sugar rush, and it goes up, and then it goes down, and those are the peaks and valleys that we actually want to avoid. So how do we avoid that? We eat in moderation. We portion out our food. That actually gets right to Leah's question. So what happens is that this portion controlled eating plan is gold. It's worth its weight in gold because it teaches us how to eat to fuel our bodies, not to eat for comfort, not to eat for, just mindless eating, not to eat for emotions, but really to eat as fuel for our bodies. Okay, you can still have those portions and you can still get your portions in during that shortened time span. And I'm going to show you how. All right, my connection got weak again, so I'm going to twirl. There we go. Okay. Instead of having like 5 meals, I tell everybody you're going to have it within 3 to 4 meals. But I do want everyone to have greens. Yeah. It's almost like it's a dirty word during Ramadan in the mosque, but I want you to get that out of your head. They don't have to greens like, you don't have to be eating kale if you don't like it. Having cucumbers, having, tomatoes, having some sort of salad, something. And if you can't do the salads, blend your greens into a shake. I'm drinking water, but my glass is green, right? Okay. Blend your greens into a smoothie and you'll get your greens in. But you need to get it because you need the vitamins and the nutrients from the greens. You need to get that fiber and your body's digestive tract, because we don't slow down in that. We don't. It doesn't feel good. So you need that roughage for that digestion. All right. So what I say to everybody is start your, break your fast with 2 kajur, some water. Then you come back and you have a light meal. And that light meal can be something like soup or, a small salad, or I actually usually have a medium to large salad just because I love greens. You need to have proteins. You need to have a protein. And a lot of times you'll actually have 1.5 portions of proteins along with some carbs because your body actually needs those carbs. Carbs are not a bad thing. They are not things to be avoided. They are necessary. All right. So that's what you need to do. And then take a break. Don't go for those pins and thirds. Avoid those fried and fatty things because those are going to make you feel very heavy. They're going to alter your digestion and they are actually going to give you a lot of heartburn. Does that mean that the khojas and desis out there cannot have their samosa? No, it does not. What it does mean is spray it with a little oil, brush a little bit of oil and bake it. You will get that lovely brown, but you will have a lighter and healthier treat because fried foods are so fatty. They are going to weigh you down and they are going to impede your progress. And they will lead you to feel very, very sluggish. And especially when we can only eat for a short amount of time, you can't feel sluggish in that time because you're going to just want to lay there. And you're going to actually start to feel more thirsty because they tend to also give you a lot of thirst cravings. So avoid fried and fatty foods. One thing that quite a lot of my challengers did last year, and I'm so proud of them, they did a no fried food Ramadan challenge. So things like they made things like sandwiches, they made things like salads, they made baked treats. I actually love pakoras, and it's a tradition in my husband's family to have those, and those are fritters. So instead, so I don't have those oily fingers, I made them into savory pancakes. The same batter on a non-stick skillet, and I had the chutney and I had all that there, so it's fine. I still had the taste of it, but I didn't feel heavy. I didn't feel laid down. These are simple things that you can do to help you make this the healthiest Ramadan yet. All right. Usually what I tell everybody to do is wait an hour or 2 and then you have another small little meal, be it yogurt, be it chia pudding beets with some fruits, because we do have to get our fruits in. If you feel kind of heavy, you can make it into a smoothie. That's a great alternative. And then you do need to get some rest. Rest is in short supply in Ramadan, especially for me, because I start working really early, so I make sure I come back home and take a little nap, because my day starts with Fajr to go to work. So that being said, the most important meal in Ramadan is going to be suhoor, sehri, whatever you call it. My East Africans call it daku. All right. You can't skip this. Just like we always say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. This is the most important meal because this meal will keep you going for the remainder of the day. That long day when you cannot eat for about 16 hours. And I'm going to twirl a little bit again. Okay, so that 16-hour fast, what's my trick? Well, I'm going to be really honest. You need to get your protein, you need to get carbs in. And my protein of choice, I do have my Shakeology. I'm not shamelessly plugging it. I'm not. There's some people who don't, and that's okay. But for me, I have found that having that as a satisfying meal keeps me full, no joke, till about 6 p.m., which is crazy. I do get thirsty, and we'll get to the thirst factor in a little bit. But I have my shake, and instead of mixing it with water, I mix it with almond milk. And it really, really, really does it for me. Why? Because it's clean, whole food nutrition. Why? Because it's loaded with whole food nutrients. It's loaded with all the superfoods. Because I am so limited, especially during Ramadan, with how much I can eat, that I need that extra nutrition. And that's my secret sauce. It's not that much of a secret. You've seen me last year post it as my Suhoor Chronicles. But that's what I do. In addition, that's not the only thing that I have. I will have something like a slice of ezekiel toast with some healthy fat, some peanut butter. You do want to have some protein. So if you're not doing Shakeology, if you're interested in finding out more, message myself or the coach that invited you to this live broadcast for more information. But tried and true, it is the thing that definitely brings me through the day. But that being said, for those that do not have access to or do not drink Shakeology, do not eat fried foods. Do not have heavy curries. Do not have a lot of sweets during Sehri. What you can have and what I do recommend, you can have 2 eggs. You can make yourself an omelet, throw some veggies in there, because why not? Because sneak in veggies any chance you get, because honestly, you need that nutrition. You can have things like yogurt with fruits. You can have, and I would sprinkle some chia seeds or something in there as well for the added nutrients. I also do things like avocado toast. With or without eggs. I do peanut butter and banana with a little drizzle of honey and chia seeds, because that is so delicious and it's so satisfying. And for those that are in the US and Canada, I highly, highly, highly recommend you try the Ezekiel bread. It is from sprouted whole grains, sprouted whole wheat. It's easier on your digestive tract, and it's a little bit denser, but it keeps you satisfied. And for those of you who are in East Africa, Pakistan, India, UK, wherever you are, because alhamdulillah, I am blessed by a lot of friends here on Facebook, and I'm hoping that a lot of them will have access to this video. So please go ahead and share it. If you are in these regions of the world where you cannot have Ezekiel bread, please go for whole grain bread. You do need that whole grain nutrition because you need that fiber. You need to stay regular, because backing up and slowing down the digestive tract in a month where we're also not able to stay as hydrated as we ideally should be, and we're limited in the hours of eating, it does not feel comfortable. It doesn't. So opt for whole grain whenever you have a chance, okay? As for hydration, people say, oh, I'm just not going to drink water. Guess what? You are. And I will tell you the easiest way to drink water. Okay. Drink 1 to 2 cups when you're breaking your fast. And then 1 to 2 cups throughout. You will aim for 8 glasses of water between iftar time and sahri time. Do not drink it all at once. I don't want to see you guys doing that because it is uncomfortable. It leads to a lot of bloat and discomfort. And then who wants to drink it all at once at night and keep waking up during those few hours where you can actually get some sleep and be using the restroom all night? It's not fun. It's not. When you're sitting at mosque, have your water. Okay, I understand everybody wants chai. All right, have one cup and then drink water. When you're sitting at home, if you're doing your amals at home, sit with water. There is nothing that says you need to avoid water while you're doing your duas and amals. Absolutely nothing. This is what we tend to do. We tend to misunderstand our sense of thirst for hunger, and so we reach for foods. And unfortunately, in our communities, we reach for spicy foods or fried foods or fatty foods, and that's going to actually make us more hungry, but we will tend to tune that out and we will reach for more food. So be aware of these triggers. If you're feeling some hunger, drink some water first. Drink a cup of water. I'm not telling you to drink, an entire thing of this at once, but drink that water, because each and every one of you can definitely get in 8 glasses of water in the time of, about 8:30 to 4 a.m. Yes, you will get some sleep. I know. But you can. I usually get more. And it is possible. And it is not hard. Okay? And especially those nights where we're up and we're up all night. I see so many people go for sugary drinks and go for sodas and go for and go for caffeine. I see so many people doing that. You're doing your body a disservice, because those sugary things are actually going to make you want to get thirsty, and it's loading up in calories. You're loading up on unnecessary calories, where if you're not doing vigorous exercise during the day, you are not going to lose weight. You're not going to feel healthy, and you will feel sluggish. Because if your body does not burn the calories, guess what it does? Stores it. So for all those years that I had that body shaped like a rocket, yes, one of my classmates actually said that in my yearbook. When you have that straight up and down, no curves, spare tire, wherever it falls on your body, it's because you're taking in more calories than you're putting out. It's simple facts. Okay? So I know that sweets and treats feel like they're almost a treat because you fasted. Okay, I'm going to twirl again. The connection's weak. Okay. But all you're doing is a disservice to you, because those sugary treats, those sodas, those carbs, they're toxins to your body. They're going to cause inflammation. Unrelated, but I want you to know. Did you know I watched videos that soda, Coca-Cola specifically, but I'm pretty sure it's every soda, because sodas can take rust off of car batteries. Sodas can take rust off of a car fender. Think about that. And we're voluntarily ingesting that. That's insane, right? Why would you want to do that? So, when you're thirsty, listen to your body. You're thirsty for water. It's the truth. You're thirsty for water, because we are not made of soda. We are not made of caffeine. It's not. So I hope that this Ramadan you will realize that there are ways to get healthier. And if you follow even one of these steps, share it. If you've learned one thing in this broadcast, please share it. If you have questions, please reach out. Because I will tell you something. What's the worst case scenario? You follow it, you will, if you follow 2 things and you maintain, that's pretty good, right? I have not yet had somebody who has actually gained weight in Ramadan following these tips. because what's the pitfall? Before I started on this journey, I was in the same boat as you. There would be days where it would be, like where I would be good. You're most welcome. There would be days where I would be good, and then there would be days where I would just eat the kebabs and the things. And I realized that I was doing myself a disservice. So I make kebabs, I make shami kebabs, but guess what? They are cooked on a nonstick pan and they have no oil, or they are baked. My samosas and spring rolls are baked. There's a spray of canola or palm or coconut oil on them, and they are baked in the oven. If you have the gadget that's called an air fryer, use it, because they come out crispy and tasty. You want to feel like having potatoes? It's okay to have carbs. There is no food group that is bad for you. Stop putting labels of bad and good. Okay, I will tell you this is bad for you. Okay, but that's not a food group. I'm not lying. But there's no food group that is bad for you. It's about how much do you have of it. So if you don't know the 21-day fix, message me, because I have people who start the program in Ramadan and see amazing results and carry it forward, because trust me, this is the time when you will be so committed to it that you'll rock it. But it's portions, it's moderation. It's all about taking control, being intentional in your decisions. Connection's weak. I'm going to twirl again. Okay. And that's what you have to take away. In terms of the day-to-day, there's no secret. I am just like you. I am just like every single one of you. So Leah, coming back to your question about after you fast, you crave sweets, it may be because you're lacking in things like fruits. Because honestly, sometimes I have a sweet craving and I make a great fruit salad. In fact, yesterday we did that at a barbecue. The fruit salad consisted of orange, strawberry, and mint. No added sugar. And that was the tastiest, most refreshing fruit salad. It was a sweet treat and it was amazing. So when you're in for that, every once in a while, yes, you may want a dessert. And it's okay, because it's about life in moderation. But watch your portion. Have a small portion. You're going to be fine. You're not going to undo everything else. I am all about life in moderation. Don't go for seconds and thirds. If you taste it and you're not fond of it, it's okay to let it be. You don't have to finish it. I know we are not about asraf. I get that. But my body is not a garbage can either. So I've learned that. And that was a very important lesson for me to learn. Coming from a Desi community, and my Desis, my Latinas, my Eastern European friends, Italian, wherever you are, you understand this, that you don't waste food. And I understand. So that's why I don't take large amounts. I take a small amount, because I can have a bite and then I can let the rest go. I am not taking a plateful. I'm glad that helped. All right, so now I think I've seen the questions that have popped up in the feed while we're here. And for those of you that joined in later, shortly after I end the broadcast, recording will go up. So I'm hoping that helps and you can catch anything that you missed in the beginning. But are there any specific questions that you have here? And I will wait to see what you have to share. And I hope to help. All right. So I'm still going to wait because I do know that there's a delay. And I hope that you found this helpful. I really hope that this Ramadan, you remember those who are less fortunate. I hope that if I helped you in some way, you're able to pay it forward. Because if you keep others in your du'as and you keep enlightening others and sharing the knowledge, there are rewards coming your way in this world and the hereafter. So I'm not seeing questions. All right. I know I took a lot of time, but I really hope that this was helpful. There is no reason that you need to let go of your fitness journey or your health goals this Ramadan, because I have done this. I used to be where some of you are. I used to be in a place where things seemed insurmountable. And what happened, okay, I'll do that. What happened was I discovered that it's not a big overhaul that does it, because that becomes quite overwhelming. What it is small steps done consistently and committing to these small changes. That's what's going to help you. All right, that's an excellent question, Leah. What are the best types of fruit to choose? Okay, honestly, I would for the morning meal, I actually do like bananas. Generally, I don't have too much bananas, but the bananas with the peanut butter are great because it's a sustained source of energy. But during the night, I actually love fruits that are high in water content. Watermelons are my favorite. Yum. Cantaloupes, watermelon, honeydew, blueberries and strawberries. Yum, 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 yum. Because why? Great in nutrients, great in antioxidants, loaded with water. So not only am I getting water that I'm drinking, I'm also getting water through my fruits. I also do love vegetables that are high in water content. I love to put cucumbers into my salad. I love to put celery into my salad. I also love to use herbs instead of heat spices, because if it's just too spicy, and I am somebody who does like it a little bit spicy, so if it's too spicy, I'm going to start getting really thirsty and it's going to be like fire in my mouth. So using herbs like mint and parsley and coriander and things like that are great, because I get the flavor and I get the freshness without overwhelming the taste buds. And I do use a lot of like lemon juice and lime juice when I'm doing my salads, because those are lighter, fresher dressings for my vinaigrettes and things like that, without being heavy and creamy, because those are the fatty things that we definitely still want to avoid. Okay, Sabra, what do you use instead of coconut milk, if there is anything? Actually, there's nothing wrong with coconut milk. Opt for the light coconut milk. Yeah, that's a tip. And I'm guessing you're talking about kukupaka, probably, right? Which is for those of you who are not East African, oh my gosh, are you missing out on something? And Alyssa, I think I need to cook that for you. So basically, we grill or broil our chicken with some seasonings, and then we make a coconut curry base. Yum. There's actually nothing wrong with coconut milk. If you can find the light coconut milk, I also sometimes use a combination of the canned and the carton because it's lighter. And the only issue is really the amount that you're going to use in your serving. Really is it. But healthy fats are actually good for you, and they're great for you in this month as well. Great for your digestion, great for your skin, and great essential oils for you. Yeah. All right, I'm glad that helped. Anything else? Oh, and actually Sabra made some amazing, like if you're looking for something refreshing, if you use coconut water in popsicle molds and put fresh fruit in it, oh yeah. And coconut water has those electrolytes that we lack. Yeah. So same thing with the corn and the muhogo, which is what do they call cassava? It's about moderation. And honestly, like having that being your, like, that's a carb, right? And having that be the main source of the meal is not going to be good, because again, the carbs, large portions are heavy, but you can have a small amount of that along with some, chicken or lean meat or whatever else it is. But like coconut water is a great hydration source as well, especially during this month, because it does have those electrolytes for you. So that's a great option. Oh, you're most welcome. You can also make make your fruit smoothies. You can sneak in some greens in there. I swear you won't notice. And make popsicles out of that, because a lot of times you want something light and refreshing. And then throw some mint in it, because quite honestly, like, mint pops fruit up all the time, like the flavor. And that is a really refreshing treat without being indulgent. And you're getting your fruits in, and you're getting the fiber. I don't strain it out. I literally just blend it and then pop it into like ice. They're ice pops. Yeah. Come on, we got some more questions, I'm sure. And I really do hope that you share this video, or you tag somebody who could really use it, whether they're here in the US. Unfortunately, I am not able to work one-on-one with customers that are abroad. There's few and far between that I can for those instances. And inshallah, soon as the company expands, so too shall our breadth of clientele. But one of the things that I want you to know is that along this journey, you don't have to be like somebody. Hold on. I just need to get rid of that. Okay. You don't. Oh no, I will tell you the answer to that, Leah. You don't have to be like anybody. Be true to yourself. You don't have to emulate. You don't have to turn into Shaheen. Okay? Shaheen of 2 years ago didn't turn into Shaheen of today overnight. It didn't happen. I am more than happy to share any knowledge and any information with anybody. But it's all about those small steps, those small hurdles. My goal is to spread health and wellness, especially within our community, to a whole other level, to share that, because unfortunately there is so much heart disease, there's so much diabetes, there's so much preventable disease out there. And my mission is to help those that don't have that knowledge yet. Because let me tell you, 2 years ago I didn't have that. Well, I might have had some of the knowledge, but I didn't know how to implement it. So, and there's a lack of people within the community. There's a lack of Muslims in healthcare and wellness, health and fitness. There is a lack of people being positive role models in our community for health and wellness. We do turn around and we see people who are, in lifestyle coaches and personal trainers and things like that. But you don't think of a Muslim lady wearing hijab, do you? But why not? Why not? And that is my driving goal, is to help as many people as I can to be that role model, to help create more role models. Not necessarily in my image, because I'm not all that special, okay? But to share my knowledge so that others can emulate that and recreate that and recreate that. And that is why I am building this team. And that is why I'm working with people like Mehreen and Ayman and Ali and all these people. And Alyssa, I saw you join on. That is why I'm doing this. So I am always willing to share information. There may be some areas in which, Zainab, hello. What are the best kinds of ingredients to add to chocolate Shakeology? Honestly, anything, because you won't taste it. I've had people add kale. I've had people add spinach. And for those of you who are not familiar with Shakeology, let me share something with you. It's a little known fact. that one serving of this lovely shake, in whatever flavor, chocolate's a favorite. I've actually converted it to vegan chocolate. Strawberry, vanilla, latte, all these. That one shake is the nutritional equivalent of 5 very large healthy salads. I'm not talking about lettuce. I am talking about superfoods and greens and celery and kale and spinach and cauliflower and peas and all of that. Yeah. 5 whole huge salad bowls. 5 trips to a healthy salad bowl. That's what's in one shake. So go ahead and add those greens, because I promise you, especially with chocolate, I'm sorry, I'm just getting rid of some. You won't taste it. I've actually had one of my cousins add a whole serving of spinach or a whole serving of kale into there. Didn't taste it. You can add zucchini into there. You're not going to taste it. No, there's nothing wrong with having 2 servings, quite honestly. And I do that from time to time. If I'm really in a very harried state, very hectic schedule, on the go, can't prep something, can't grab something, I do have 2 shakes a day. That's the truth. Because a lot of us are very vitamin deficient, and all of us are deficient in vitamin D, iron, the B vitamins and all that. And if you look at the back of that Shakeology bag that you have, you will see how amazingly fortified filled it is. And for those of you who don't know about it, please reach out to me or the coach that invited you to this webcast, to this broadcast, and we will gladly share the information. All right, I think now the questions are rolling. So let's see who else is going to ask a question. And Ali, I'm so happy that you joined, because Ali is actually my really good friend, who started his health and fitness journey exactly a year ago during Ramadan. And let me tell you a little bit about Ali. Ali doesn't eat any vegetables. I almost want to smack him upside the head. You can laugh, it's true. But he started. And he gets his vitamin, he gets his nutritions, and he gets his greens, though they're not greens, in with that shake. And what was it that you lost? Like 20 pounds? Just making healthier choices, not going for the fried foods, being careful about the portions, and drinking your shake, right? 20 pounds in 1 month. All right. I'm going to just give it a little minute. Does anybody else have any questions? I am so glad that you all joined on. It's really just amazing seeing all of you on. Because sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself, especially in the mornings. Hey Lillian, how are you? So we're in the questions part, and later on, we will actually, once I close off this broadcast, the recording will be up for viewing. It takes a couple minutes, but other than that, it should be ready to go. And please, if there's anything you missed, feel free to, yes, Leah. If there's anything that you missed, please watch it again. If there's somebody in your life that could use some of this information, please tell them. Oh, my battery is running low. If there's somebody that that needed to know some of this information, please share it. I'm going to walk with the phone to my charger. All right, tell me if you have any more questions as we get into the darkness and then we get back into the light. All right, do we have more questions? There's a few of you that may have been kind of following my journey, getting to know a little bit. Oh, connecting. Hi, Helen. How are you? Okay. Followed my journey, gotten to know a little bit about what it is that I do. Oh, how much? Oh, celery. I forgot to answer your celery question. Okay. So celery is not full of salt. And celery is actually full of water. And I actually, there was I work in a hospital setting. So there was a nephrologist. Hold on, I'm going to actually take my charger back to where I was because the connection's really over here. Okay, I'm coming. I didn't mean to forget your celery question, Leah. Hold on. Okay. Okay, plugged in. All right, the celery question. Celery is not full of salt. It's actually full of water. It's actually a great food from the nephrologist standpoint. And it's a fun fact, celery is actually a negative calorie food. You actually burn more calories eating it than you get because of it. Go figure. So you can rock out to celery. I actually always tell anybody that I work with, in terms of greens, I know you're happy about that, aren't you? I got 2 thumbs up with that one, Leah. So in terms of celery, you can actually go to town. And I tell every single one of the challengers that I work with that there is really no limit to the number of greens. I know that we say that you should have at least 4 servings of greens, but no limit, because they're so low in calories, so high in nutrition, that it's something that you should strive to have more of. I actually love big salads, and I tend to have big salads. So I actually get a full 4 servings of greens every day during Ramadan because I always like to have a salad. Sometimes I'll throw beans in there. Sometimes I'll throw some barley or quinoa, or now I'm actually experimenting with farro. And you know, for a little bit of variety and the healthy carbs with some fiber and things like that. But I do manage to have at minimum 3 servings and usually 4 servings of greens every single day. And if I find that I'm a little bit low, I'll blend up a smoothie. You know, I'll take spinach and kale. I'll actually usually throw in a little bit of ginger, some fresh lemon juice or lime juice, a little bit of turmeric because there's antioxidant properties in that. And I'll blend it up and I'll drink that as a smoothie. I know Ali's probably cringing like, oh my gosh, but it's true. So greens, I don't put any limitations on. And there's no reason why you can't get those greens in during Ramadan. So sneak greens into your curries. You know, that's a tip that I give to everybody. You know, I try to do like a spinach-based curry at least once a week. I do salads all the time. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I incorporate salads, and actually my family and people ask me all the time, do your kids and your family eat like you do? Yeah, they do. Why? Because I incorporated that as part of our lifestyle. It didn't always happen like that. There's certain vegetables that they won't eat individually, but in whole they do. And you know, that's actually a pretty big deal because my husband is a Pakistani who used to think of salads as just boring like goat food. Seriously, I heard that. Because salads were boring. You know, iceberg lettuce is boring. That's water. That's not even, you know, good vitamin source. But when you get a little bit creative, you know, make some spinach, add this, you know, add in some craisins, add in some fruits or some apple for some crunch and things like that. Make it interesting. Make it a party for your taste buds. You know, that's one of the things that a lot of people don't do. And now here in the West, I mean, we get these bagged salads that are all these combinations. So there's really no excuse to try to not get those greens in. All right. Okay. It's 7 o'clock. We've been on for an hour. Okay. So I'm actually going to close this down. If there are additional questions, please post in the comments and tag me. Please, please, please feel free to tag and share this broadcast once it gets up and live. And thank you so much for all your feedback. And I want to thank each and every one of you for your support. along this journey. Whether you've been cheering me on, whether you're one of my customers, whether you're one of my coaches, whether you're a teammate, a friend, a family, if you just give that positive like way to go or a like, I thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because every single like, I do see it. And it means more than you can imagine, because we've got a long way to go. We've got a lot of people to help, and we've got a lot of stereotypes to break. My goal seems quite large, but if you don't dream big, how are you going to get big? How are you going to get there? So dream big, and let's just keep supporting each other. I hope that you all have a wonderful, healthy, and blessed Ramadan. If you did gain anything from this, please do say a little prayer for me to help me along this journey. Thank you so much. Jazakallah.